Hi guys,
it's Al.
I'm T.
Welcome to Al T, TL, Alati. Anyway, today we're gonna do a really sad video. Yeah, it's a topic that needs to be addressed, and it's the reason that I stay up at night crying in bed. Money.
Is that deep, bro?
Is that deep? Look at my bank account. It's deep.
Yeah,
It's deep. But anyway, we're just gonna talk about the masters and the finances and the housing and accommodation. Personally, I'll just put you guys my situation out there.
Yeah.
I did my master's straight after my bachelor's, so I didn't really take a break to make any money. And I'm a British national, so I get student finance, and thank God, alhamdulillah. They give me £10,000, but that just basically covers tuition. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what that money's gone into, and I still need to pay for like rent, living costs, travel, food, fun. So yeah, that's where me goes.
I like how you put fun in there.
You need to have a bit
You
of
need a
fun.
social life.
Yeah, we went to the. John went to indoor aquarium. I mean, planetarium with all the kids.
Yeah.
Anyway, tell them your situation.
So I think we mentioned in our previous video that I'm an international student from Malawi, and I pay way more than she does.
Way more than me.
for tuition.
So,
And so basically,
capitalism
at its best. So basically, when I was applying for my visa to come here, I had to show proof of accommodation and everything else. So you need to have accommodation ready before you get your visa.
Okay.
So when I was applying, I remember there was an option for me to get accommodation, I think like shared housing, uni housing with like on a Facebook page and stuff. But I kind of ignored it because most people wanted you to go view the house before you actually get it. And because I was so far away, I opted for on-campus accommodation.
And also with private renting, you need to like get a guarantor, UK guarantor.
Well, I have my sister, but
yeah.
But I didn't really think that far, you know what I mean? Like I thought it was going to be so much of a hassle.
It would have been.
So I opted for accommodation on campus, and I'm telling you that I paid £200 a week
to live in it.
Well, it's not, my flat is not that bad.
No, actually, yours. I've seen a lot worse.
Yeah, mine is not bad.
But I'm paying this £200 a week.
Yeah, I pay £200 a week.
So I live in a house, a shared house, a private house, and I rent with like a letting agency. And I pay £550, not including bills, so around £600 as bills a month. But you have to understand, Brighton housing is expensive.
Oh, now they know where we live.
Anyway. Well,
we don't care. Brighton is expensive. Like I have a friend who's in London.
Expensive.
And she pays way less than I do, and I'm outside of London. Like, make it make sense.
It's because I don't know.
I don't understand.
Like, it's by the coast anyway. I pay like £600 a month, which I think is pretty, like, I think it's expensive, but for Brighton, it's quite good because I've got a nice room.
Yeah, she pays 600. So
yeah, I live in a house. She lives in student accommodation. She pays considerably more than me, and my house is probably, my accommodation is probably better, and like it's definitely better, and it's just more homely and stuff like that. So I would recommend trying to get a house if you can, rather than getting a master's. And also, you're a whole master's student. You don't really want to be living in like, I don't know. I just feel like I wouldn't want to be living in student accommodation if I had a choice.
Well, to be fair, my flatmates are all like
master's students as well.
I have two undergrad, but everyone else is a master's student. So there's that respect for each other's. We understand
you all have
that,
the same mindset.
Yeah, we'll have the same mindset. But at the same time, you have to understand that it's really not cheap to do a master's.
Like, it's really not cheap.
It's not cheap at all. And if you are an international student who is not on scholarship, you have to think of tuition, you have to think of accommodation, you have to think of food. Travel, that's a lot. It's a lot. And the fact that in the first the first term of your studies, you can't even get a job because you don't have time.
In uni much.
So
you don't even have time. Like, it's just very financially straining to do a master's, and you have to be in a position where you either have help from like family or like an institution,
hey dad,
or something. You need some sort of support system because you can't support yourself really
at all.
Like, with the amount of studying and reading that you have to do to comprehensively understand the masters, you can't really get a job more than like 2 or 3 days a week, and that alone just like I got a 2-day-a-week job that just covered rent, and it's like
What else?
Like
What else?
now, I still
What
can't
else?
eat. I can't go anywhere. I can live in the house, but that's it.
Yeah.
Like, can't buy clothes. Anyway, yeah, it's just very, very intensive, and you really need to think about it.
Yeah, on tier 4 visa, you can only work 20 hours a week. And with the way, and most jobs want you to commit to at least like a morning and evening, like for you to make sure that you're doing either 9 to 5 and 9 and like 2 or something like that. And it's hard for you to find a job that's going to fit into your schedule, and 2, a job that actually pays you well enough for you to
not have to just also stress again.
Not stress about money.
But don't let it
get to you,
prevent you from doing a master's.
I feel like the first thing you should do is plan. Make sure that you've planned your accommodation way before you actually get here. You've planned. Sometimes they release the timetable like a few weeks.
Yeah, and generally, even if not, like just have a look at jobs, see what's out there, have like a feel of what kind of things are there, and you can maybe apply to like weekend positions or whatever. Yeah. But as long as you've got an idea of how you're going to first pay tuition and then pay rent, that's fine.
You're good.
But
and you won't starve.
And you won't starve.
You're good.
But like the university also does have some services that you can access if you need. Like, so you just have a look. But it's like, I don't know. I don't feel like money should be
something that
stop you
out.
Yeah, there shouldn't be something to stop you from doing a master's, but it just might delay when you do your master's. Yeah. So if you're thinking of doing a master's and you're not in your master's already, then I would suggest saving as much money as you can, like starting now.
Apply for scholarships.
And apply for scholarships early
as you can.
Yeah,
as soon as you can.
Like just see what's out there.
As many as you can. I think we're gonna do a different video with one of our classmates
who is this on
scholarship.
So
she's a Chevening scholarship. So
so she can tell you how she got onto the Chauvenet project. But yeah, we don't think that finance should be something that prohibits you from doing a master's, but it's something that is very heavily like. You need to think about it, and you can't avoid it, and you can't just say, "Oh, I want to do a master's, so I'm going to do a master's."
Yeah.
You need to think about the logistics of it, and you're an adult now, so you actually need to think about the impact of it on yourself. And I feel like if you want to delay it and save money, then just do it, because like it's fine, just leaving it. Everyone's so different.
If you touch your hair one more time, one more time.
Ready?
Gosh. Yeah, it shouldn't stop you from pursuing further education. And another thing is, when you're looking at universities, you have to look at
the cost.
London
universities, they're trying to charge you like £14,000 for the same masters that you're doing here.
They try to charge you £30,000 for a master's. You pay 20 grand for here. So, just saying. And London unis are expensive both for international students and home students.
But London universities do have that added link. Like it's just London, so you can go to loads of different talks, loads of different conferences. There's probably loads of different links there. So I feel like that's probably something that you're gonna get in London.
Consider the money, consider the location, like the scenery. Google around, what places you're gonna have around you, what entertainment you've got, and all that. And you also have to consider how the money wise, I mean, not just the money wise, but like accommodation, what kind of accommodation systems do they have in that city? Transportation, what kind of transportation system do they have in that city?
Don't forget about transportation, because if you don't think about that, you're going to be at home with £10 left, and you've got a lecture tomorrow and you can't get there. So you have to think about travel, and you just really have to, I don't know, just think about it all, plan, and just digest it all.
If there are other cities or other universities that offer the same course and they're like cheaper, you have to ask yourself why. Why?
Like this is cheaper because it's outside of London.
Yeah.
But why is that?
And the thing is, our uni is quite good. Like it's quite good. And most of our lecturers are from like UCL.
Yeah, they go for London School of Tropical Medicine.
Oh, I wrote this for the WHO.
I'm doing this for the United Nations. Yeah, who? I know her. Yeah, you and me are best friends.
We work together on this project.
So it's like, whoa.
Yeah. So make sure, like our city is outside of London, but it's not cheap.
Oh God, no.
It's not cheap. Or sometimes it actually gets more
if you want
expensive
cheaper,
than
go up
London.
north.
Up north, like the Midlands
Birmingham,
going up. Yeah,
Manchester.
the Midlands going up.
Go up there.
Because down here...
No. No. Paying an arm and a leg. Just study.